The next letter of the alphabet, the letter C, we're going to decide which house we are working in at the moment. Everyone, move your Einstein to the spelling igloo because we are dealing with phonics and spelling at the moment. Sing the alphabet song A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and you follow along with your finger on your board. All the children do it together as a class. Once you finish the alphabet, you're going to go back and find the letter we're dealing with this week, the letter C. The C is blue, and that means it belongs to the consonant group. There are two consonants in English that has a hard sound and a soft sound. A hard sound like a boiled egg and a soft sound like jelly. For the C, the hard sound is K, as in cat, cap, cot. And the soft sound is as in city, cent, circle. And you will find the sound if the C is followed by E, I, Y. There is something special about the C. If you look at the board, you will notice there is no sound on top of the C letter. The C does not have its own sound. The C borrows two sounds from other letters in the alphabet, and we are going to teach you exactly when to use which sound. This is not about memorizing words, and I think you will agree that in our curriculum, relying on memory for success is not working. Children need to understand why. Why does the C sometimes say one sound and sometimes another? And that is what Kids at Spelling is all about, to teach you exactly the why. On the poster, you can immediately see that there is a number 1 and a number 2. That means that the letter C can make two different sounds in English. The first sound you can see in cat and the second sound in city. So the two sounds are k and s. On the bottom right, you will find a green block with a naughty monkey. That covers all the exceptions that you need to study. You do not need to worry about that in grade 1. We're going to add the exceptions as we move through the curriculum. There is also a list of SC words, words where you need to use the C and S together to write this sound. They are all set out in our spelling book. You can find the list there and study it, but this is for higher grades. For grade 1, we only need to focus on the difference between the K and the S sound. Let's move to our multisensory movements to help children remember. If you look to the right, you will find a little boy who looks as if he is jumping forward like a cat. And the rhyme will go like this. The letter C says K for cat. That is the first part. And the second move will be the letter C says K for cat. But if it's followed by EIY, now you lift up your hand in the air and start with your thumb and say E, index finger I, middle finger Y, to show that you need to remember 3 different letters. Remember, the children haven't done EIY yet, but through singing the alphabet song, they will already have a sense of what the names of these letters are. So you just keep practicing. After you show the EIY with your fingers, the boy stands straight up and is making a rectangle with his hands as if he wants to present a city. The rhyme will go. The C says K for cat, But if it's followed by EIY, it says S for city. The moves, jumping like a cat, fingers in the air, rectangle for city. And you need to know this rhyme very well if you want any success with spelling, especially for the K and sounds. Let's recap. The letter C says K, but if it's followed by EIY, it says S. Another way of understanding the C is if the letter C is in a word and it's followed by any other letter than EIY, the sound will stick to the first K sound. If I say clap, with the L after the C, the sound will be K. If I say cot, a baby sleeps in a cot, there is an O after the C, and the sound will still be K. It's only if the letter after the C is an EIY that we are going to change it to the sound S. And you will notice that if you understand this, reading and spelling will be easier. Let's go back to our phonics board and start building. We are dealing with the letter C this week. Put down your C at the bottom of your board. Can you see there's no sound? We just explained to you that we borrow two sounds from different letters to use for the letter C. So now your hand moves to the K. On top of the K, show all the children the kite sound and put it down on top of the C. Once you're done with that, you use this sound, the sun sound, that's on top of the S letter, and you are going to use that for C. You will remember it's only when the C is followed by E, I, Y. Let's build it out. E, I, Y, and now they can visualize that if I see a word with a E-I-Y after the C, the sound changed to S. But for all the other words in English, the sound of the C will be K. Let's recap. A says A. B says B. C says K. But if it's followed by EIY, it says S. Before we start building words with the letter C, let's look at our sound posters. You will find that we only add sound posters when the sound becomes difficult. That is the difference between the Kids at Spelling curriculum and the regular CAPS. We divide the course into two sides. There's the reading side and the writing side. On the writing side, you will find the sounds and how they are converted to letters. And this is the part that we really find children struggling with the most. Let's see. If I look at the beginning of a word, you always try the C first. That is the golden rule they need to know. They're never going to start with the K. We still need to teach the K, remember that. So if a word starts with a K sound, it's very straightforward. You write the C in English. Remember, in Afrikaans, the K is the only option. On the left-hand side, you will see that there are three options how you can write the sound K. First, you always try the C first. If the second letter in the word is a EIY, you cannot use the C anymore because the sound will change to S. Then you change the beginning letter to the K. So Always try the C first, and only if the second letter is EIY, you need to change it to K. And then the CH is a specific list of words that's in our spelling book that you are going to study much later in grade 4, 3, 4. So don't worry about it now. This is just to give you the complete picture of what the sound K is all about at the beginning of words. Write me the word cat. We all clapping. On the shoulder, K, A, elbow, T, wrist. Children need to build out the gray tiles. K, A, they must do independently, and I will lead with T. Now we are going to convert the sounds into letters. Let's go. Now we are going to convert the sounds into letters. Remember, we taught you if you hear K in the beginning of a word, you always try the C first. Children must be able to write A for A, and we are going to guide them T for T. So the conversion of the first two letters happen independently on their own, and you help them with the third. The next step is our visual discrimination for reading. The teacher writes the word can on the board and the children copy the word. Now the children are going to convert the letters into sounds that they hear. They can identify that it is a closed syllable word. That means that the sound of the vowel is going to be short. They can do the first two letters independently. The C, what is the sound of the C? K. They need to go and find it on top of the letter K. A, what is the sound of the A? A, because we already said it is a closed syllable. That is why we use the short sound. And the teacher is going to lead for N. Now we all clap it out. K, A, N. Say it together. Can. In lesson B, we also explained that the meaning of the word is very important. Look at the word can. I will show them two pictures and tell them we call this homonyms. And the reason is because we can use the same word for two different meanings. One is a can of Coke. The other, I can play golf. So can, you see, that the word can be used with a different meaning, but we read and write it exactly the same. Homonyms are words that look exactly the same. Depending on the sentence we use, the meaning will change. Make sure that you do this as incidental learning. It is not to test them on it. You're not going to give them a test on homonyms in grade 1. But as you put it in context when they do things like this, the same with homophones, it will become a pattern in their brain, and it will be so much easier to grasp once they need to be assessed on homophones and homonyms. So have fun in the classroom. You can even make posters, do creative activities like building things out of paper or drawing pictures, anything you like, to make it concrete for them to understand that some words can have two meanings. The one rule you need to remember is that the main sound of the letter C is K, but if the C is before EIY, the sound is soft. It's S. In our video lessons, we only give you one example of auditory and visual discrimination. Make sure you use your list in your manual to do at least 3 to 5 words every day. You cannot just stick to one example. We need repetition to get success. Let's recap. Children need to know the name of the letter C. They need to know both moves, jumping like a cat and making the city. The rhyme will be the letter C says K for cat, but if it's followed by EIY, it says S for city. They must be able to recognize the letter C in words, and also, if you are reading books, show them every time you see a C that they must first notice the letter after the C before they can decide which sound the C is going to make. They must also know the rule about EIY very well, and we are focusing on the beginning of words in this lesson. We will do the lesson where C is at the end of words much later. Reading cards. You will find them in the activity book and you can practice them. Also remember that in our shop, kidsspelling.com, you will find our bundle for grade 1, term 1. Remember to follow the manual because you need to do the letter forming of each letter and also the keyboard activity with special games included in our curriculum. This video and all related content are protected by copyright law.